Hello and welcome to a festive edition of the Business Show podcast here on Radio Newark 107.8 FM and across links and not on DAB. I'm Simon Gabitas. I am one of your hosts, and all I want for Christmas is a co-host like you, Michael Hardy. Hello, how are you?
Hi, Simon. And I couldn't imagine rocking around a Christmas tree with anybody else on the radio but you.
Right, it's someone else's turn now. That is brilliant. How are you?
I'm brilliant. I'm really good, thank you. It's December already. Can you believe it? Where's this year gone?
Christmas jumpers already. What's going on?
I know. We won't talk about where you had to source yours from this morning.
It's fine, because I've actually brought you a spare one in case I need it, Michael. I've got you, if you are watching on the video, you'll see a Leeds United one, just because I know it really annoyed Michael. But I brought it just in case.
Oh, great stuff, great stuff. And we've also got our guest with us this morning.
We have. Do we introduce her as Emma Holden, or do we introduce her as...
Elf Bossy Boots.
Elf Bossy Boots. Good morning, Elf Bossy Boots. How are you?
Good morning, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I know which one suits her best.
Yeah, Elf Bossy Boots.
I was going to say morning, Emma, but great to see you donning Christmas attire as well.
Thank you, always. Love a Christmas jumper. I realised I had 11 in my collection the other day.
Oh, that is
so
impressive.
I need to go shopping for some more.
Well, I realised that mine was in the loft when I needed to go and get it. So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, the Christmas jumpers are well and truly out. Had my first mince pie. Yeah, earlier in the week before recording, so that's great. So we're now fully Christmased up.
Fantastic. So, what is happening on the show today?
So, full packed show today. We've got last month's meeting highlights. We're then going to do our famous business show big quiz.
Festive quiz.
Then we're going to speak to Elf Bossy Boots about her role in Newark Business Club on the committee and what she's doing over the December period. Business grants for you. Delighted to say that today we've got Will Parkinson in the room. So that's
real
going to be
Will Parkinson.
Absolutely. So we'll look forward to seeing him later. We'll talk about who gives a book, action group update, and we've also got Andrew Fern from St Mary Magdalene Parish Church.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Talking about the Christmas Tree Festival. So lots of things to do with business and Christmas. Absolutely. So we better crack on. Let's talk about last month's meeting.
So our November meeting, we started off with a roving mic as usual. We heard from Lucy Painter from Funding Round, who's one of our patron sponsors this year. Our new member spotlight, we give anyone in the room basically the opportunity for 2 minutes at the front to talk to everyone in their room. So this time it was Leanne from the Renaissance at Kellam Hall. It's great to hear from her. We gave a couple of books away this month, or last month, sorry. Did some table networking as normal, so again a great chance for people to meet and connect with other people. And then we did something quite interesting. We sat and had a chat about the budget.
Yes.
And of course, on our committee, vice chair to me is Simon Shaw, director at Duncan and Topless. So we had a bit of a session where we talked to Simon about some of the things that have come out of the budget. What we did after that was have a bit of a kind of table session where we asked everyone what they felt some of the challenges, opportunities might be that came from the budget, and then we direct some of those questions back to Simon. So I think the feedback was that was
really
a really useful session. Lots of stuff that people were already thinking about, but lots of things that people then actually wanted to follow up and have a chat with other accountants about as well. So that was really great. And then we got an update from the economic growth team. We heard from Neil Cattell from Newark and Sherwood District Council. So he's the business manager for economic growth and visitor economy.
That's right.
Works very closely with you over at the Action Group.
Absolutely.
And it was great to kind of get that tandem, hand-in-hand feedback on, what's happening, what's been happening, some of the big projects in and around the area. So lots happened in the last meeting.
Busy meeting as ever. Busy meeting. So we look forward to this month's, and we'll talk a bit more about that later. So it's time for this month's Business Show Big Quiz.
The festive big quiz.
And we need a jingle. Okay, so we've got 3 questions this month, and 2 of them are Christmas related. The other one is news related.
Mary and Joseph.
Yes, correct.
Excellent.
So, first one is question number 1. How much do consumers spend on average during the Christmas season?
Is this per person?
I've got it by household.
By household.
Oh gosh, that's a hard one.
I know, because some people spend loads,
And some people can't afford to spend loads.
Yeah.
and Okay. So this is the whole of December, or is this?
So this is during the Christmas period, the average household spends close to this figure.
Oh, goodness. I mean, we're talking Christmas presents. We're talking Christmas
Food.
shopping,
Yeah.
food. Couple of £1,000, more or less.
I'd go with a couple of thousand.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
that sound like an
I don't know.
on an average? Yeah. Let's go
2.5.
Okay.
The information I got said £740,
Oh.
Okay.
which is I mean that's still a lot of money on
Oh,
top
it's-
of
isn't it?
on top of
And
your
again,
normal,
without going into the festive period and understanding,
Yes.
I'm kind of going the whole of December in my head
Yeah.
of kind of the build up
Yeah.
and
Absolutely. But that's a lot of money, and it's you can understand why it puts pressure on people, but it's also why businesses need to be alert to grasping every opportunity to take that extra revenue that's around and about. So it's definitely a spike in whatever area you are. So,
yeah, I think talking to businesses, especially locally in Newark, December for a lot of businesses is a massive month.
Yes.
Talking to one business a couple of weeks ago, they take 30% of their overall revenue for the whole year in December. So it's a real opportunity to get that right.
Absolutely.
Again, it's an opportunity to go, do we extend our opening hours? It might not be great, but actually, is this an opportunity to capture some more money? Do we put some more offers on? So yeah, okay.
So good amount of money that comes into the business world during this period that businesses should be checking on. So, question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
What have Halifax Bank done that has created a point of difference in the lending mortgage market or mortgage lending market?
This is where we phone a friend.
Yeah.
Where's James?
There's James when we need him.
Uh,
I don't know.
have they actually started lending?
Yeah.
What have they done as a point of difference? As I don't have a clue about this story at all, I don't know. What have they done? Have they done something digital? Have they? I mean, accessibility.
No, they've actually offered an 18-month fixed rate mortgage,
Okay.
which is very unusual.
Okay.
So normally it's 3 years,
Yeah,
5
5
years,
years.
and full years. So they've sort of said actually because of the market movement and the uncertainty, they've brought it right down to 18 months, which means that people aren't locked in. So if there is a movement one way or the other, then people aren't locked in for a longer term. And it's certainly sent a real sort of shudder through the market because, as you can imagine, people. The first question is, why have they done that? What do they know that's different
Sure.
than everybody else? And I think in business, finding a point of difference isn't that easy. But if you can create something that just gives you a bit of clear blue water, just gives you something different from your competitors that you can talk about and get people talking about you, it can create a benefit to you. So it's an interesting thing. Why 18 months? Why have we always had full years and we've now gone to a part year? What is the market going to do? I think we're all in a state of uncertainty about all the sort of metrics, inflation, interest rates, etc. Because obviously we've got new government, we've just had a new budget. Most of the budget doesn't really kick in till next April. So while there's a lot of noise at the moment, we don't really know the impact it will have because people are still working through what that means. So actually doing something that says we're just going to lock you in for 18 months, which allows you to be certain for now.
Yeah.
But if it does all, if the government's plans work as they suggest they will, then inflation will be lower, interest rates will be lower. And actually, if you're only locked in for 18 months, you can get the benefits of that. Whereas a lot of people are locking in for 3 or 5 years are still locked in at today's rates.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
give it. So I think point of difference, and that's the point of this is how do you make a difference in your sector that stands you out from the crowd
Yeah.
and gets people talking about you.
Let's see what happens in that marketplace. then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So next question. I wrote this down and this is really about so so I'll ask the question, but I'll context it. What's the biggest challenge for SMEs at Christmas? And these are SMEs who are not seasonal. So the business that's got 30% of their turnover in December, they have a completely different challenge. But the majority of businesses, SMEs, Christmas isn't any different than another month. And in fact, in some cases, it's harder than that. So what's the biggest challenge for them at this time of year?
I'm going to go with something like cash flow.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you've generally, even you've got a shorter month because most businesses will close for between 5 and 10 days. If you've got a shorter month, that means January is going to be shorter on income.
Yep.
You've still got all your staff costs. You've still got most of your overheads. There's only the product costs that you incur that actually change. So cash flow for a lot of businesses, construction and that type of thing area, really, ensuring you've got the cash to get through.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of challenges. I mean, certainly in our own business, it's a case of it's probably the most expensive month of the year.
Yes.
Probably the month of the year where we take the least in terms of revenue. You might end up, doing payroll early as well because of Christmas. So, yeah, there's the challenges.
Absolutely.
So, okay.
It's how you plan for them, isn't it? I know when we used to do furniture, it was a really challenging month because people wait for the sales in January. So it's it's how you plan around that.
You'll have bought it. There's a lead time, isn't there? So therefore, there becomes a point where you can't order anything to be delivered by Christmas. So therefore, you stop ordering it because you're spending money on other things for Christmas.
Yeah.
And there'll be a January sale. So wait it out.
Yeah, and that point was often sort of end of October. It felt early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
About the same time that the Christmas music goes off.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a small business, make sure your cash flow is planned, especially at this time of year. And we talk about cash flow a lot, I know, but it is the lifeblood of every business.
Cash is king.
Absolutely. Okay, so 1 out of 3, Simon. So that's an improvement. Well done.
I can't say I helped you very much. Sorry.
We'll go with that. No, but again, lots of insight. Good to kind of get a feeling on a few different things there.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we can talk to our special guest, the one and only
Elf, Emma, Bossy
Boots.
Holden. Hey, there we go. We did it.
I like that name.
Pulled it in. Emma, so thank you for joining us. I suppose a couple of bits first as a bit of an introduction. So can you tell us both about your, I guess, day role that you'd have and then also a bit about your role with the committee at your business club?
Yeah, sure. So my real job, when I'm not elfing around, is I'm the facilities manager at the YMCA Community and Activity Village just off Bowbridge Road. I've been there now for 2 years. I run the maintenance team, the domestic team, a lot of the operational side of the village, external and internal, get involved in all sorts of things that maybe people don't want me to get involved in, but yeah, no, it's fab. It's never, forever changing. No 2 days are the same. There's always plenty going on at the YMCA. It's a very, very busy village.
It's and it's a great venue.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
always
amazing.
Busy.
Yeah.
Every time I'm there.
Yeah, there's something for everybody definitely there. We've got outdoor facilities. We've got an athletics track, a cycle track, 2 FA accredited football pitches. We've got a climbing centre with a 15-metre climbing wall, an indoor and outdoor gym, full-size nursery, conference centre, business centre, education and training centre, and the most amazing cafe. If anybody wants to go and have a coffee and a cake, that's the place to be.
Yesterday I saw a Bailey's Cronut
oh my gosh,
with some festive stuff all over.
The calories don't count at Christmas, so it's fine.
Is that
you
right?
can work your way through the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
I walk into the YMCA cafe and
then don't walk out
and put on weight just looking
Me
at
too.
honestly, unbelievable. I mean the slices and fantastic.
Well, that's why they put them in that glass shelf.
And make you queue right next to it.
I know. You go.
No, by the time you get to the
I'm not
front,
looking for
one.
anything at the. Oh, can I have one of those?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be good. Oh,
No point.
Fun to stay at the YMCA.
Yeah, always.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I guess so. From a committee point of view, you joined us on the committee year before last.
No, I think it was about a year ago. I can't remember, to be honest.
And again, we added a few people onto the committee. It was great at the time. We wanted to kind of really bolster. We've always said, we're blessed with a really skilled and talented committee, but we wanted to make sure that we got the right people in the right places. So I guess, can you tell us a bit about what you get involved with?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been part of the business club for, I don't even know how many years, 20 years probably, since the Gusto days.
Yep.
So I've always wanted to be on the committee. So when I managed to join the committee, it was a massive honour and privilege, actually. And hopefully I add value in the events department, I suppose, more than anything else. I get involved from an operational point of view, as far as making sure that the actual meetings run smoothly, from YMCA point of view as well. Try and help out as much as I can.
Yeah, and we've had some good events. We had our summer event, so that was the first time we've had a summer event for the business club ever, and that was hosted at the YMCA. So that went down really well. We're all ready. So we've got the Harloxton event coming up on the 16th of December. That's Monday the 16th of December, and I do understand actually at the moment there's about 30-40 tickets left. So again, we're in a good place with that, but there is still some tickets left if you listen to this.
It's such a lovely evening as well, isn't it?
Well, we always say that if you're not feeling Christmassy by that point, you walk in and
that venue is just insane.
They've got almost as many Christmas trees as the Christmas tree festival that's going to be coming up on
come along to
on.
look at the decorations as much as anything
Well,
else.
it does, and I think this year we've got a keynote speaker who's also, I think, a magician, but we've also got a lady that's going to be singing some Christmas carols as well there. So
fantastic! I love a Christmas carol.
It's going to be, her name's not Carol, but it's going to be very, very festive. And then, I mean, we'll then be focused on looking at the next summer event. And
so come round.
Well, we've talked about it being the biggest, best ever summer event. We want to collaborate with Lincoln Business Club, Grantham Business Club, and they are currently both on side to try and make this the biggest event that we can do in the summer. So watch out for that in 2025.
Exciting.
Yeah, and I think it's fair to say that you definitely add value into the committee because you bring a different perspective, and your organisational skills help us all, especially with the events. So it's great to have you on board.
Very kind of you.
Elf Bossy Boots.
Elf Bossy Boots.
So thank you very much for joining us today, Emma. We really appreciate you being as part of the committee. Really appreciate you being here today.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
We do need to talk about...
Well, we'd like to introduce Elf Bossy Boots now, wouldn't we?
Well, I suppose, yeah. Elf Bossy Boots. So, Elf Bossy Boots, tell us about your role as Elf Bossy Boots.
Okay, well...
Next hat.
Next hat, quick swap. So I run the Newark Santa's Grotto.
Yeah.
I've run it now. This is year 8.
Wow.
No
which
way.
is incredible.
8 years.
I cannot believe it. And just going back to what we were talking about before about how business can be difficult for some people in December, that's kind of where the grotto started from. So we had a shop that we didn't get a lot of people through in December, when we needed to increase the footfall, and Newark in general needed to increase the footfall of people staying shopping in Newark. And that was kind of where the grotto came from. Let's give the people of Newark and surrounding area a high quality, pre-bookable Santa experience for the children to keep people in the town. And I absolutely can't believe how it's grown to the crazy level that it's at now.
Well, it has, and I guess coming back to what we were talking about in the quiz, you actually created a reason for people to visit and revisit, and gave that kind of unique reason as part of the shop as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 children, they're older now, but at the time I took them out of town to see Santa, and I'm one of the biggest advocates for Newark going, and I campaign for Newark all the time. I think we've got an amazing town here, and why on earth are people going out of it to have an experience that we can offer here? And the first year we were booked up, there was a queue down the street. This is something that Newark wants, and that's proven year on year. Every year now, touch wood, we sell out, we don't have any spaces available. We offer an extremely high quality experience, in absolutely brilliant value for money. Everybody says so, and we make sure that the children really, really have a great time. And we get children that come back now year after year, and that's where they see Santa, and it's amazing. It's honestly my proudest achievement. It's the best thing. It's exhausting, it's exhilarating, it's all of those things, but I would never change it.
To see the smiles on the faces.
Oh gosh, see the smiles on their faces and then walking
That's
out
just
with
you.
so many things they can't carry and the glitter all over them.
So where is it this year?
So this year, for the third year, we're in the Butter Market, in the old cells in the Butter Market. We're in partnership with Radio Newark and Newark Town Hall Weddings and Events as well this year, which is great because they've helped us with the venue, the cookies, lots of other things as well. They've been absolutely brilliant. We've put on events this year as well, which we haven't done so much in the past. So last Saturday we had an Arrival of Santa event, which was really successful. Santa came to the town hall and had a Christmas disco with the elves, and lots of children came and played some games, and the guys from Radio Newark hosted it. It was brilliant. Yep. We've also got 2 Breakfast with Santa events happening on the 14th and the 21st of December. They're in the town hall. They're bookable on newarksanta.co.uk. So you can come in and have breakfast, roll, hot drinks, cold drinks, squash, and Santa will be there with gifts for the children as well. So that will be a great event. And then we've got the standard Santa's Grotto experience, which starts on Saturday the 30th of November, and runs right through to Monday the 23rd of December. All pre-bookable on newarksanta.co.uk, £12.50 per child.
And of course, Newark Business Club has sponsored that as well.
Yeah, we've got lots of corporate sponsors this year, including Newark Business Club. We've got Benoy, Newark and Sherwood District Council, Sangaban Formula, Access Account, Newark Business Club, Nettle of Newark and Grantham, H&H Flooring, Newark College, ASI, Barcode Warehouse, and DP Football Academy.
Just a few to name.
Just a few, yeah.
Amazing.
Massive thanks to all of those people.
That is good, and we'll be talking to Andrew in a while. But so we've got obviously the Santa's Grotto, we've got the Christmas tree festival that's happening, all in the Butter Market,
all in the same
which
space.
I think again is great because it's one of those areas that is such a fantastic venue. You've obviously mentioned the town hall that's upstairs as well.
Yeah.
That I guess it just brings people in. Some people may have just walked through it. Some people might not have walked through it at all. So.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about keeping people local.
Yeah.
Giving that buzz to the town centre that we absolutely need, want, should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Very exciting.
No, it is exciting stuff. We'll make sure that we get over to support with that as well.
Thank you very much. Always on the lookout for some elf recruits,
Elf recruits. We have to come up with a... I'm not going to ask
I'll
Michael.
come up with an elf name.
Elf name for you. Yeah, don't ask Michael. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for obviously letting us know about the grotto, what's happening in Newark, and again, a fantastic effort from you and the team that are doing that. And like I say, the smiles on the faces that you'll see over December. Hopefully, it's another great month for you.
Oh yeah.
And then thank you again for everything you do on the committee for us.
My pleasure. Love it.
Yeah, appreciate you coming in and seeing us today, and some great updates. So thanks very much.
Go back to my elf duties now.
Great stuff. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.
So, Michael, what is next on the agenda?
Next on the agenda is grants for you, and I'm absolutely delighted to say that I'm not reading out the grants this month. This month we've got... No, don't be like that. This month we've actually got the real Will Parkinson.
The real Will Parkinson.
With us.
Please stand up.
On the show.
Don't stand up.
Welcome to Will Parkinson. Hiya, Will.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be here.
We're delighted to have you. And thanks very much for all the support you've given us since day one in providing the grants. And we've talked for a while about getting you on the show, so it's great to see you here.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like it's been about a year in the making.
It has indeed. So before we get into the grants, just tell us a bit about you and your role at the council.
So I'm Economic Growth Officer at Newark and Sherwood District Council, and that involves a number of different things. We help organise a programme of business support events throughout the year. So that could be workshops, it could be surgeries involving one-to-one sessions with a business advisor. I also do the annual Economic Growth Conference that takes place every October with a different theme. This year we had it all about AI and skills and technology, and that was a really fun event to be involved with. I also do a bit of data collection around Newark and Sherwood, just analysing what the trends are with businesses and the economy in the area. And then I do business support, which is helping local businesses find any funding, training, commercial property they're looking for. And that involves the Grant Finder search system that I have been sending funding options to you with.
Brilliant.
Lots of stuff there.
Loads
The
of
business card is this long.
Yeah.
But I guess from the business club's point of view, it's great working with you and the team. It's great to have the opportunity to work so closely as well. Obviously, we had Neil at the last business club meeting giving an update on what's happening in and around the area, in addition to what that we kind of talk about from the action group point of view. So, no, really great to have you guys kind of working closely on a lot of the stuff and feeding that information into the business club membership.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a joy working with you guys.
You're saying that because we're sat here now. But no, it is, and thank you very much.
Brilliant. So let's get on with this month's Grants for You, read by Will Parkinson.
Amazing. So this time we have another 3 grants that I've been able to find. They're a bit of a mix. So I've got one big one and 2 smaller ones.
Brilliant.
But
Feel
the
like I'm on
first
countdown.
Yeah, no. But the first one is called the World of Opportunity Programme, and this is something that has been launched by Heathrow Airport to support UK businesses access new international opportunities. It offers funding to help SMEs in the UK explore and develop export opportunities through trade missions, market research, or any training that might be relevant in that area. The grants are up to £2,000 and they're available to 12 SMEs from across the UK. So it'll be a fairly competitive process,
Sure.
But it'd be really beneficial, I think, to those who are able to actually get the funding. In addition to expert guidance and research on export strategies as well. So you get a bit of advice as well as the funding. And the funding can also be used to help with sorry, I got that mixed up there. I just read the same line twice.
That's okay. Okay.
But yeah, so if you're interested in applying, further information can be found on the Heathrow Airport website, and this is open until the end of December. So you've got plenty of time to apply to that.
Great stuff.
So anybody looking to export their products or services, that's a great opportunity.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. So the next one is a larger one. It's called the Collaborative R&D Creative Catalyst Competition.
I'm glad.
Easy. Rolls off the tongue.
I'm so glad you're reading this month.
I practiced that so often before I came in today. There's too many C's in that. But this is by Innovate UK, and they've opened a funding stream to incentivise collaboration in creative industries. So UK registered small and micro businesses can apply for grants for projects that develop new innovative products and tools for the UK creative industry. The projects must be collaborations, and these must also be in sectors such as advertising, marketing, architecture, fashion, publishing and music. But there's plenty more, and it's all on the Innovate UK website to look into. The project should really be supportive of the growth of the UK creative industries. They have to demonstrate clearly innovative and ambitious ideas, and be significant improvements on what is currently available in those industries. They must create a new revenue stream for the business, so new products, new tools, new IPs. And the market, well, it must be ready to go to market in about 12 months.
Okay.
It's quite a large one, as I said. There's up to 2 million allocated for this fund, and each request must be between 150,000 and 200,000.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I think collaboration, which is
I was just going to say the same.
a word we use on a regular basis.
Word of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and we've got a lot of small micro businesses in that creative industry in the region, so I'm sure there'll be some people thinking about how they can utilise that.
Yeah.
And it's significant money, so
Yeah.
it's proper investment.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd say about 90% of businesses are small and micro in Newark and Sherwood. So yeah, it's ideal for anyone looking at it.
Perfect.
Well,
And the final one is called the Maker Relief Fund. This is a fairly small one, but it could be really useful for those like looking for just a bit of a boost.
Yep.
It's grants of up to £1,000, and it's available to professional craftspeople in the UK if they're facing any financial hardship, or if they're just looking to have an extra bit of money to be able to spend on anything they want. There's no restrictions on this grant. It could be up to anything. If you wanted to find more information about that, I think it's on the Heritage Crafts website.
Okay.
So it's fairly niche, but there's a few businesses in the area who do like this sort of heritage crafts. I think we have a potter up in like Girton, and they make pottery for shows like Game of Thrones.
Oh wow.
So they've like properly researched the history of it, and then be able to make the actual product to make it look like it's, you know, authentic from that time period.
Yeah, and I think these are the sorts of businesses where they are absolutely skilled, but trying to get that out there and trying to get the value for what they're actually doing is really difficult. So, £1,000 would really help in terms of giving them a boost and keeping them going. So fantastic.
That is great.
Well, thank you very much as ever. Now, obviously, you have more than 3 grants available on your grant finder. So how do our listeners get in touch to see what you can help them with?
Yeah, absolutely. There's over 4,000 grants available on Grant Finder. So, yeah, there's plenty of different things we can look into for any businesses that want to get in touch. If you want to find out more, you can contact me. Our email is a bit long one, but it's economic.growth@newark-sherwood-dc.gov.uk. That is quite a lot.
Well done for remembering that. I think we'll put that underneath in the comments as well, so that people can actually reach out and ask if there's any questions as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want. I'm just William Parkinson. That might be a bit quicker way to do it by typing all of that into your email. But yeah, just get in touch. If you're looking for anything, we can easily run a search for you. We can do it live if you want. I can have a Teams call and just you can point out exactly what you want, and then we can put the different filters into it for you. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Great.
Will, really appreciate your support over the last 12 months and coming in today and being the real Will Parkinson.
The real Will
live and
Parkinson.
direct.
Thank you very much, Will. Really appreciate everything, as always.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Simon, so what's next on today's show?
So next we have Andrew Fern from St Mary Magdalene Parish Church, and here to talk to us about the Christmas Tree Festival. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Morning, I'm fine, thank you very much. Thank you for having me on today.
Great to have you. So I suppose, first off, in terms of your role kind of within the parish church, you want to tell us a bit about what you do and what you get involved in?
Yeah, sure. I'm a church warden at the parish church with my colleague Tony Roberts.
Sure.
And get involved in all sorts of stuff, but mainly my principal job at the moment there is leading on the Reawakening project.
Fantastic. Very exciting stuff that's happening over there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's all kicking off now, scaffolding going up, being built. It's going to take 2 weeks to build. And
Wow.
everything in the church at the moment is being bubble wrapped, even the ends of the pews.
Really?
Yeah.
Hence why we have a different location for Christmas trees this year.
Correct, yeah, lovely segue.
So I suppose in terms of that, do you want to tell us a bit more about what is happening with the Christmas Tree Festival and what's on the agenda?
Yeah, we knew we couldn't do the Christmas Tree Festival in the church this year.
Yeah.
It's the 16th year of the Christmas Tree
Wow, is it?
Festival.
Wow. Okay.
And it's become part of the
Yeah,
Newark
absolutely.
Christmas scene, which is really nice. And it's well visited, well supported. It's a great showcase for local businesses and charities.
Absolutely.
And when we realised we couldn't do it in the church this year, we thought it was important that it happens.
Okay, yeah.
So I went on a bit of a walk round and rediscovered the mezzanine floor in the butter market.
Yeah.
Which is just, now it's been restored, is just a wonderful bit of space.
Lovely space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Light,
Yep.
airy, it's got a really nice vibe to it. And you could just imagine all the Christmas trees there and music in the background and a few logistical problems, i.e. it's upstairs and we've got to get 110 Christmas trees.
110.
I was going to say 110, wow.
But even that has turned into a bit of a community event because the Christmas trees, I think, go in next Tuesday.
Yep.
And we've got, providing there's not a fire in Newark, we've got 2 shifts of the local fire service coming to haul trees up the stairs, which is fabulous.
Yep.
And a group of students from the new SI.
Ah,
So
okay.
that's really...
So a proper community effort.
Brilliant.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, there's some historical fire in Newark, isn't there, that was premonitioned by a gentleman. So we do have to be careful.
The Hercules Glacier.
Yeah, exactly.
Story.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Which is linked, obviously, to the church
Yeah, and to business.
and to business as
And
well.
not a million miles from where this Christmas
Exactly.
Tree Festival will be taking place.
No one have any premonitions.
No,
Everything's going to be
absolutely,
fine. But it is a great celebration, and I think what's been nice historically, like you say, over the last 16 years, I didn't realise it was that long, is it's another reason to get people into church. People that maybe might not
Yeah.
have seen that church for whatever reason, people that have come in. But you're right, there are businesses, business groups. So the business club has previously had trees there as well. It's been a great chance to kind of showcase some of the other businesses that get involved with the business club, but also schools, charities, as you say. So it's a real kind of community kind of display, isn't it, really?
It is. I don't know whether you saw it. It was quite big on social media last year, but an added factor last year was that one of the Ukrainian immigrants or refugees did a video of all the trees. She had her own tree as well.
Yep.
And set it to music with subtitles and sent it back to Ukraine and into Eastern Europe. It was magical. It was emotional as well. It was very, very good.
Do other places, other churches, do they do this kind of thing? I mean, it's not something that is...
I think it's quite popular around the place. I was in Stamford a couple of weeks ago and
similar
churches there. Yeah, I think this is one of the bigger ones because of
110
the scale.
trees.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, the business club is involved with that this year again, so we've come on board as a sponsor.
Really, really grateful for that. The more sponsors we get, the more money we make. We're reconciled to the fact we probably won't make as much money this year, but the church needs support. Just to get the plug in, I'm about £36,000 short of the reawakening figure at the moment. So
if anyone has a spare £36,000 they would like, get in touch with Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or £3.60 lots of times, to be fair. I think.
We'll work on that with you.
Every little helps in all of that.
And I think we've got some tickets as well that we're going to be giving away at the business club meeting. So if you're listening to this on the way into the business club on Friday morning, then actually we've got lots of tickets that we're going to be giving away in
12 pairs.
12 pairs in a secret giveaway. So.
And there's Andrew's phone going off. We've not had that. That's the first time we've had somebody's phone.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I do like to be beside the seaside as well. Great.
Yeah, my apologies.
It could have been a Christmas music, actually. We could have left it on in the background and just gone with the jingle. But no, that's great. And I think, from our point of view, it's great to be behind that. I think the logic from our side, from the business club, was that, again, whether it's in the church or whether it's in the Butler Market this year, it drives people into town. It's another reason for people to visit, revisit, and again spend some money locally in Newark, which we all want to see.
Yeah, and the great thing, it's self-evident that the church is central, but the mezzanine floor in the Butler Market is also very central. Slightly different, but it's drawing people into the town centre.
Absolutely.
It's critical that we get people back into the town centre for all sorts of reasons. And I'm wearing my town centre partnership hat when I say that.
No, it's a brilliant building, isn't it? I've been to a few events recently over at the town hall, and again, it's a great building that we've got access to in the centre of our town.
Yeah,
and look, Christmas becomes we're wearing Christmas jumpers. It's the start of December. But it's already been in the shops for 4-6 weeks, and we have to also take back that Christmas is a religious ceremony and a religious celebration, and I think businesses and the community need to remember that as well. So it's important that the church is involved, and as a business club, it's great to bring those two things together.
Yeah, absolutely, and we will do that at the Hercules Clay service a bit later on into 2025, which we're looking forward to sorting out again.
Yes, and that I think will probably be at Barnby Gate Church.
Okay.
Because the parish church will be closed now for a year.
I was going to say it's a year, isn't it, that you're closed?
Well, the good news is, and last year we had to do something different because it fell on Mothering Sunday, I think.
Yeah.
So we moved it to the Saturday, which, because it had been traditionally the Sunday for so long, we weren't sure how it was going to go. But I'd caught up with some of the Clay family members afterwards, and they were delighted because on a Saturday there's a market, there's people there, and people went, what's this? What's that all about? And people have started asking questions, and the traction that we got on social media from other people going, that's great, I saw you through, and then we spun it on its head a little bit, and we actually made a procession through to the food bank on Cartergate, and then we gave a donation to the food bank. So we kind of spun the tradition on its head a little bit. I think they're keen to kind of do something again similar, and actually explore how we can kind of bring, both the church element of it, the Hercules Clay story, and then bring businesses in and kind of keep that alive.
Yeah, it's really fabulous, actually. It's
and I think it's one of the oldest services in the country.
Yeah.
that is still kind of going in its same format, and to have some of the Clay family come over,
Yeah.
because they're not local, to come over to Newark to celebrate that. I think it's such a fantastic thing that we still get to do every year.
And demonstrates again what a fabulous market town we live in, and the community and support that gets brought together at these special times. So
Yeah, definitely. Brill. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. If you'd like some more information about the Christmas Tree Festival, I guess it's available on social media. There's stuff on Facebook. There's stuff,
It's all there, and there are flyers around the town. And
is that open now?
It opens on the 7th of December.
7th of December. Okay.
And it's open until the 15th.
Okay.
So it's just over a week.
Yep.
Just outside of a week to go. And it's open every day from 9 till 5 or 9:30.
Yep.
And I think it's a bit different on Saturdays and Sundays, but it's all there. Go onto the website and have a look.
Fantastic.
And don't forget to come.
Definitely. Get yourself into Newark. Go to the Christmas Tree Festival. Go and spend some more money in Newark as well.
Absolutely.
And sounds great. So thank you very much. Really appreciate your time as well on that. And thank you very much again.
yeah, thanks for coming, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Absolute pleasure.
Oh, that was great to speak to Andrew. Really good insight. And the Christmas Tree Festival, can't believe it's been going 16 years.
Can't believe there's 110 Christmas trees.
It's fantastic, isn't it? Newark never ceases to amaze. What a great place we live in. Anyway, so moving on. Simon, next section is Who Gives a Book? So last month you gave 2 books away.
I know, I'm getting too generous. Expectations are getting high. We did, and again, actually, one of these books, it was because it was donated to us. So we keep saying, tell us what the books are, the business books, and we'll go and buy them. But actually, this is from someone who actually wrote the book. So we were given a book, The Very Best Business Handbook You'll Ever Own, by Mark Jarvis, who attends some of our business club meetings, was very kind of influential over in the Lincoln Business Club as well. So we gave that book away. That was won by Helen Andrews from Exposure. And then we also gave away, in fact, it was another book that was given to us. It was The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber, a classic, and that was won by Ellen Rayworth from Reflect Recruitment Group. So, a couple of books, and I think we may well be doing another couple of books for the Christmas December meeting as well.
It'd be remiss not to.
Well, no.
Absolutely.
I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to put the expectations too high.
Brilliant. Okay, so next we're going to do the action group updates. That's me.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. So a couple of things that we discussed at this month's meetings. Turnbull Builders have actually put a planning application in to put solar panels on their roof.
Okay.
Yes to sustainability and creating your own energy, which is great. So obviously we've supported that, and really important that businesses look at how they make themselves sustainable and create their own energy. And obviously in a time where energy costs are expensive, then not having to pay as much for energy is a positive to the bottom line.
Top
so
stuff.
that was good. In terms of transport, a couple of things. So Alex Gibson attended the LNER stakeholder meeting. So it's the first time that the LNER have got together stakeholders from across the country, and we were invited to that, which is again
really
great that we're being included in that. So that was in York. So Alex went up there on the train.
Of course he did.
Arrived late because the train had delayed. So it was the interesting, how you want to put this. But the MD of LNER, David Horn, was on the same train, so he was also delayed. So Alex walked from the station to the venue with him. So that was quite
That
good.
is very cool.
So,
that is cool. And it's a lovely station, York, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And therefore David, and when Alex said he was from Business Club, David said, oh, right, yeah, no, had some conversations with them.
Yeah.
Which is good. And of course he will remember Newark Business Club all the more because he was late to his own event with the Newark Business Club walking in.
Well, he did when we've done stuff in the past, actually, when we did some of the media stuff over at Nottingham Station. David actually liked some of the stuff on LinkedIn that we shared out as well, so that's good.
So really positive. And the good news is Alex got there just in time for lunch and got to the head of the buffet queue. So they put the buffet out and
bonus.
So that was good. And some really good information from that. The economic benefit of LNER is £3.70 for every £1 that is paid, so there's
Okay.
a really good return on investment. Obviously, our region is the smallest part of the value, which you can understand when you've got Edinburgh, Newcastle, York, and London as being the big four hubs, really. But lots of investment. There's going to be some big timetable changes in the next 12 months. So, obviously, part of us being involved in that is to ensure that Newark gets its share. So, and a lot of changes in terms of how they run the trains over the next few years, which will mean they can run more trains as well. So. So that's good. Some great news on EMR. So we have had the December timetable changes come out, and we've got 8 new services between Newark and Nottingham. There's 2 each way in the weekdays and 2 each way on a Saturday. So this is part of them getting back to the level of service that was pre-pandemic, where we had a train per hour. So we're getting closer and closer to our desire to have at least 1 train per hour right the way through the day.
Yep.
So that's really positive news. So some really good stuff within the action group.
Fantastic. Right.
That brings about the end of today's show.
Oh, it's been a festive one.
God, blimey. More guests, but
Christmas jumpers, Santa's flight school.
What can I say? So, just to finish off, I'd like to say words of wisdom, probably not, but just to leave you with something to think about as we get to the Christmas period, and whether it's a seasonal high for you or a more challenging because it's paying all your staff and getting 10 days off. I always think Christmas is good because everybody closes down, so you do get everybody gets 2 or 3 days where it all goes quiet. So that is a real positive. But my challenge to everybody out there is, if you do nothing else before you break up for Christmas, write down 3 things for 2025. Write down what success looks like for you and your business. Write down what your profit number needs to be. And these don't have to be huge numbers, or just what do you believe that a successful profit number needs to be, and then who is going to help you to achieve that. Because we've talked about collaboration on this show through the year, and you can't do it on your own.
No.
You need people out there, whether it's your partner, whether it's a friend, whether it's another business owner, whether it's there are lots of people out there. Will with his grant finders.
Yep.
We sit in a committee with the business club with 10 other people, 12 of us, and everybody has their role to play, and without any one person we can't achieve what we achieve.
Yep, definitely.
So make sure you understand what success looks like, make sure you know what profit looks like, but more importantly, make sure you know who's going to help you achieve it.
Yeah, love that. Surround yourself with great people. We
Absolutely.
talked about it earlier on.
Yeah.
I think again, through the business club, hopefully we can facilitate some of those conversations. We had a very good conversation after the budget with Simon Shaw.
Exactly.
And again, I think it's so important. I mentioned recently about the Grantham Business Awards and went there, and I got to sit and chat with other business owners that I didn't know that well, and actually we talked about similar things that were going to impact us, the challenges, the opportunities for 2025. But it's great to be able to do that with other people that have the same challenges. So
Absolutely.
No, sounds good.
So
I like your 3 things.
Thank you very much. So have a great Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All the very best to everybody out there, and we hope that we can continue this into 2025.
Absolutely. Well, that's my New Year's resolution, Michael, just so I can do this again with you.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
See you next year.